After a 2-game run as their kicker, the San Francisco 49ers announced that they have released Matt Gay from their practice squad, a move that comes as part of a broader reshuffling of the organization's depth chart as the team approaches the critical stretch of the 2025 NFL season. The team also parted ways with taxi squad quarterback Adrian Martinez, concluding a brief but notable stint for both players within the franchise. Gay's journey over the past few months has been particularly eventful. He began the season with Washington, where he struggled to find consistency, converting just 13 of 19 field goals in 10 games, a mark that ultimately led to Washington cutting ties with him. The 31-year-old, who has had a career marked by peaks of elite performance and valleys of inconsistency, was nevertheless quick to find work once San Francisco found itself in a sudden kicking bind. The 49ers, dealing with an unexpected hamstring strain to Eddie Piñeiro, needed an emergency replacement, and Gay quickly stepped into the role with confidence. What followed was a surprisingly effective stint for Gay in a brief window of opportunity. In his 2 appearances for San Francisco, he made all 4 of his field goal attempts and converted all 4 of his extra points, helping the 49ers secure a pair of victories that may ultimately have playoff implications. His accuracy and calm under pressure allowed the team to continue its momentum at a crucial moment in the season, and many observers noted that Gay looked more stable than he had during his earlier run with Washington. Still, despite his perfect stretch with the 49ers, the team's commitment to Piñeiro made it likely that Gay's stay would be temporary, and that expectation became reality once Piñeiro was cleared to return. The 49ers will now turn back to Piñeiro, who was sidelined with the aforementioned hamstring strain. Piñeiro's path to San Francisco was something of a surprise itself. He opened 2025 without a team, floating in free agency despite having produced several respectable seasons in the league. But the 49ers saw an opportunity after Jake Moody's early season struggles. Moody's 1 of 3 performance on field goals in the Week 1 win over the Seahawks raised alarms, particularly for a team that expected to be in numerous close games throughout the season. His release was abrupt but not entirely shocking, given San Francisco's win-now posture and Kyle Shanahan's preference for reliability over long-term developmental potential at specialist positions. Piñeiro's arrival has turned out to be a highly beneficial gamble for the club. Although he has missed 4 extra points, connecting on 18 of 22, he has been absolutely flawless on field goals, converting all 22 of his attempts. Even more impressively, 6 of those makes have come from beyond 50 yards, giving the 49ers a dynamic long-range kicking weapon who has helped them maintain scoreboard pressure in a tightly packed NFC West race. With the 49ers sitting at 9-4 and attempting to chase down both the 10-3 Rams and the 10-3 Seahawks, every point and every bit of stability matters. The NFC West this season has been arguably the most competitive division in football, and the margin for error is nearly non-existent. San Francisco's schedule only intensifies from here, with divisional matchups and high-stakes conference games looming. The return of Piñeiro signals not just a shift back to normalcy, but also a reaffirmation of the team's belief in its roster's ability to compete for the division and potentially make a deep postseason run. As for Adrian Martinez, the quarterback's release marks the latest turn in what has been a winding early career. A 2023 undrafted free agent out of Kansas State, Martinez entered the league with the reputation of being a high-upside developmental prospect, athletic, tough, and capable of making plays on the move, yet inconsistent as a passer. Throughout 2024 and 2025, he bounced between practice squads and short-term contracts, the kind of path followed by many quarterbacks trying to carve out an enduring role in the league. His time with the 49ers included brief action in 1 regular season game, an unexpected cameo that became necessary when starter Brock Purdy was sidelined for several weeks with a toe injury. During that period, the team's quarterback depth was unusually strained, prompting Martinez to be elevated temporarily to the active roster. While he didn't make a significant statistical impact, coaches praised his preparedness, poise, and professionalism, traits that often matter as much as on-field production for reserve quarterbacks. However, as Purdy returned to action in Week 11 and resumed his role as the unquestioned starter, Martinez's chances to remain with the team began to narrow. The presence of backup Mac Jones, who remains firmly entrenched as the number 2 option, further limited Martinez's opportunities. The situation became even more clear when the 49ers opened the practice window for rookie 7th-round pick Curtis Rourke, a developmental quarterback with intriguing long-term upside. With Purdy healthy, Jones in place, and Rourke entering the mix, Martinez became the odd man out in a quarterback room that effectively had no remaining space. These factors combined to make his release inevitable, even though his brief stint filled an important need for the team earlier in the season. With Gay and Martinez departing, San Francisco turned its attention to bolstering another position group by signing wide receiver Javon Baker to their practice squad. Baker's arrival is noteworthy for several reasons. A 4th-round pick by the Patriots in the 2024 NFL Draft, Baker entered the league with high expectations thanks to his strong collegiate resume at Alabama and UCF. Known for his ability to make contested catches and his potential as a vertical threat, Baker had the kind of athletic profile that teams envisioned developing into a reliable contributor. Yet his transition to the NFL proved to be more challenging than anticipated. Throughout his rookie year with New England, he struggled to carve out a consistent role, catching just one pass across 11 games. The Patriots, dealing with their own offensive instability and shifting coaching philosophies, were unable to fully integrate him into their system, and Baker found himself sliding down the depth chart. By the time the 2025 preseason ended, he did not make New England's 53-man roster, leaving him searching for a new opportunity. Baker briefly caught on with the Philadelphia Eagles practice squad, where he attempted to refine his technique and adjust to the speed and physicality of the NFL game. However, his stay in Philadelphia was short-lived, and he was released in mid-October. For a young player still trying to establish himself, the 49ers now represent a fresh chance, and San Francisco's offensive structure, known for extracting production from versatile, coachable wide receivers, may offer Baker the environment he needs to revive his trajectory. The 49ers practice squad has historically been a fertile landing spot for late-blooming receivers, and Baker will aim to follow that tradition. His size, route-running ability, and background in competitive college environments provide him with a foundation that could translate well if he adapts quickly to the demands of Shanahan's system. Beyond the personnel moves themselves, the collection of decisions made by the 49ers reflects the broader philosophy guiding the franchise during this season: adaptability, depth management, and an unflinching focus on contending in a year where every game matters. The releases of Gay and Martinez are not merely roster adjustments, but also strategic calibrations designed to ensure the team is optimized for the final and most intense phase of the season. The NFC playoff picture is tight, and with an elite defense, a versatile offense, and a now healthy roster, the 49ers are positioning themselves for the kind of run that requires precise roster management. Each roster spot carries significant weight, and the additions and subtractions of players often reveal the coaching staff's priorities and evaluations of where hidden margins can be gained. Gay's time with the team, albeit short, demonstrated the importance of having dependable specialists ready to step up at a moment's notice. His performance helped stabilize the team in Pinheiro's absence and may well help him secure another opportunity elsewhere in the league. For Martinez, the experience gained during his stint with San Francisco may serve as an important stepping stone to his next chapter, whether that be another practice squad role or a new developmental situation. Meanwhile, Baker's signing underscores the 49ers' continued search for young, moldable talent capable of expanding the offense's flexibility. In a league defined by depth, injuries, and constant tactical adjustments, moves like these often influence outcomes in ways that don't become fully apparent until later in the season. As San Francisco continues its push toward the postseason, these roster changes, though subtle on the surface, contribute to the overarching strategy of preparing for the critical games still to come. The 49ers will now proceed into the final weeks of the season with Pinheiro back at kicker, a clarified quarterback depth chart, and a new receiving prospect added to the fold. Each decision, each adjustment, and each player move becomes part of the larger narrative of a franchise determined to remain competitive at the highest level, seeking every possible advantage as they chase not only a division title, but their larger ambitions for the season. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.